Well folks, I can't believe it. I have just made another epic discovery. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in Scotland. So, here I am. XP Deus 2, complete with mud all over it. As ever, I've gone with Program 3, sensitive full tones. I've turned the sensitivity down to 85, reactivity to 2.5, and I've gone with square tones instead of PWM or PMWs. Initially, I've come out on the Gold Noble field. And fingers crossed, there's going to be some good stuff to be had. If time allows, which I think it will, I'm going to spend a couple of hours in this field and then probably try one or two fields afterwards. It's pretty breezy today, it's pretty windy, so it's going to put the microphone to the test. But fingers crossed, I've done a couple of tests and so far, so good. I might be joined by some of the guys later on, but for the moment, it's just me. So let's see what we find. Once again, straight in with a signal just in the first minute. It's coming through at a 90, 92. To be honest, I think it's going to be a tin can, but we'll give it a go. I wasn't far wrong with tin can. It's something, not particularly old. It's almost like a sort of shotgun case kind of shape, but it's made of aluminium. And it's got this plastic that's been forced out of it. No idea what that is, to be honest. But it doesn't look very old. You can see a couple of letters just there. Oh well. We have a surface find, which I spotted before I ran the metal detector over it. And I thought possibly a clay pipe. However, can you see it? Give you a clue. It's right there. So, what is it? Because I thought clay pipe maybe, if that is the signal that is, but it might be a, well, I was going to say is it a bullet, but it's not, it's a thing. I've had these before. It's like a ceramic or a porcelain on the end. A little thread at this end, and then it's sort of hollow. Well, it's not hollow, but it's full of material. I've had quite a few of these. So what are they? Is it something agricultural? Is it something off of a gun? Let me know in the comments below. We might well have our first button. $69 to $70. Let's find out. Do a wee live dig. We're out. We're out in the first hole. First spadeful. Let's have a wee look. That is not a button. What is it though? It's just a little bit of copper. Yep, just a little slither of copper. Junk, as we call it in the business. A lovely sounding signal right here. $86, $87. It could be a coin. Only one way to find out. Come on, let's get a wee penny to get things going. Think I dug in the wrong place. And I don't know, I get the feeling it's bigger than a penny. I think it's going to be junk. I've just got that feeling. Not sounding so good. Right, if I don't get it this time, then I'm going to need to turn off and come back to you. Right, you can see the straw there, that was the previous surface, the old barley stubble. I'm going to have to get the pinpointer out and try and track this one down. It was at a fair depth, and that is not a coin. As I suspected, it's a bit bigger than a coin, and who knows what that is. Agricultural. This target came through at a 67, 69. Sounded copper, maybe lead. Very, very small target. Low and slow. And at a depth of 4 inches, 5 inches, this is what came out. Now, it's junk, but again, it shows you just how sensitive this machine is at finding small targets. So, you're not going to miss a hammered coin with that. Now, this one is a 69, 70. Within the realms of a gold noble. We'll make the hole nice and big, just so we don't cut it in two. I think we're out. I think we're out. Not seeing any gold. Oh, what's that? Well, that is something that might be interesting. I think it's lead. I think it's a lead seal. We've got the word something. Glasgow? I think it might well be. So I think we've got a lead seal. Super. Duper. Right, let's get the brush out and give this a wee once over. Yeah, that probably would say super on that side, and this side. Yeah, it's Glasgow, which is Scotland's biggest city by population. Just over 1 million people. Almost twice the size of Edinburgh. Can't quite make out what the other letters are, but the chances are it's probably something relating to agriculture, whether it's a seed merchant or someone selling manure for fertilising the field, but it's probably going to be 1800s in date, give or take. Still, it's a nice find. Happy with that. Happy with that. And Glasgow really was quite a small city until the 1700s, and then it began to boom thanks to the discovery of America. And the Americas, Glasgow was the closest port in the whole of Europe to the Americas, so it became wealthy on cotton, on rum, sugar, tobacco and so on, and grew to become the second city of empire after London. Nice find. So far, the detecting has been pretty much dire. With the exception of that little lead seal, it's been pretty awful. However, I have a signal right here. Which is an 87, but I suspect it's probably going to be another tin can. And indeed it is. Damn. This time, a 71. Seems quite a small target. Maybe a button? Soon find out. It's sounding pretty scratchy now it's out the ground. Wasn't that deep. I think we've got another. We've got more junk. We've got foil this time. Oh, damn. Damn. Well, metal detecting days don't really get any worse than this. Sorry for making you all painfully watch that last 10 minutes or whatever of footage that I was able to scrape together. However, I've come into a different field. As you'll see, this is a mixture of barley that's reseeded in amongst the stubble, and I've got myself a very nice signal. Too good, to be honest. A screaming 99, so let's give it a go. Big tin can. Well, you're not going to believe this. I didn't want to say at the start, but the field that I'm in is the field where I found the Morgan silver dollar from, I think it was the 1880s, from the United States of America. What, 2 weeks ago? 10 days ago? Something like that. And if you remember, lots of people have asked about it. I lost it. And I come back to this field multiple times and have failed to find it. It must have fallen out my pocket. Now, you saw that screamer of a signal. I've dug the hole, checked, it's in the clod. I turn the clod over, and look at that. Do you see it's actually broken open where the coin is? I think that's it. How did that get into the mud? Look at the depth that that's gone in. It must have just been sticking out the surface. I'll have to watch back the video and see, and maybe there was a leaf, or maybe you could actually see the edge, but I just didn't spot it. But that has to be the same coin. And it is. It is the same coin. How on earth did that get that far into the soil? I must have stood on it. If you remember, the field was really, really boggy. It was actually flooded at the bottom end. And maybe just with the size of this coin, when I dropped it, it's kind of stuck in the mud, and I haven't realised, and I've stood on it. But that is the very same coin. 1878. Right, I'm going to give this a clean up for the second time and get right back to you. This has to be the first find that I've ever discovered twice. It's $1, the United States of America. You can see the eagle and God we trust. And if I zoom in, the good thing about having lots of followers who are in the United States, see above the D and the O, there's two little letters, CC, which is Carson City in Nevada, if I remember rightly. And I've had lots of very, very helpful people tell me that apparently this is the first place that the Morgan dollar, as it's called, or is it called the Liberty dollar as well, because we've got Liberty on this side. I believe, from what they've all said, that this 1878, this was the first year this coin was struck. And Carson City in Nevada is the rarest mint mark. Apparently could be worth hundreds of dollars, US dollars. Now, Jeff and Andy, I just put these little dinks, these little sort of chop marks as they call them, just down to probably passing through machinery over the 100 odd years it's been in the ground. You can see there's a few on the back as well. But they're fairly confident. They seem to know their stuff about coins. They call them chop marks. And they think that this is people possibly in China testing the coin to make sure that it's solid silver, that it's not plated, that it's not a forgery. Which would make sense. We've had coins here before that have had score marks on them that look like people are checking to make sure that they're not forgeries, not plated. And they clearly know a lot more about US coinage than I do. I think I've only found 3 American coins in my entire 22 years of metal detecting. So there you go, chop marks. So this coin potentially has gone west from America, through China, or certainly through the Far East, and made its way all the way back to Scotland. How on earth that happened, who knows? The opium trade was rife around that time. Silver, at the end of the day, it didn't matter what country it came from. All that mattered was the purity of the silver and the weight of the silver. So I am delighted to be reunited. I've no idea what all this damage would mean for value. It's irrelevant anyway, because I don't sell what I find. So this will be added to my collection. But thank you all for inquiring about this coin over the last couple of weeks or so. I am delighted to be reunited. It has saved the day. Okay folks, that is me for today. Utterly awful. Well, tell you what, the silver Morgan dollar saved the day, because if it wasn't for that, this would be the summary. A little lead token from Glasgow. It has been diabolical. It just shows you the same field that I was on last time, same amount of time, same places, and I found absolutely nothing. Well, not absolutely nothing. I found tin can after aluminium after tin foil, one after the other after the other. It was diabolical. And you have days like this when you metal detect. And trust me, I've hit some really bad patches in the past where I just have endless junk and nothing good to show. But you know, a good day out can just be a couple of Victorian coins or a couple of Georgian coins. It doesn't have to be treasure all the time. You've got to be realistic when you metal detect. However, some good news. I think I have got myself a new permission, which hopefully I'll be able to get out on in a week or so, if time allows. It's on the edge of a very, very ancient little village, which is a royal borough. So it was created a royal borough in the late medieval period, so hopefully some good stuff to be had. Okay, I'm marching on towards 9,000 subscribers, so that's my target for the 1st of January. If you don't already, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching this painful metal detecting session, but fingers crossed that I see you all on the next dig. Thanks for watching.